Yo, it's me, Asti, and today I'm making my final mock draft before the NFL draft this weekend. I'm doing 3 rounds, so 105 picks. There's a lot of guys to get into, a lot of guys to talk about. But before I get into it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload next. But without further ado, let's get right into it. It's gonna be a long video. Alright, so like I said, 3 rounds, no trades because I'm not smart enough to predict stuff like that. But the formatting is going to be a little weird. It's going to start at 1 and it's going to go up. Like, the picks are going to start low and go higher. It is what it is. Just going to have to deal with it. Anyways, at number 1, Jaguars are up, and it has to be Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect, best quarterback, and the most valuable position, quarterback. So the Jags have to take him. He's the best prospect since Andrew Luck at the quarterback position. Jaguars have their new head coach. Get your new guy, face their franchise. Has to be Trevor Lawrence. Now at 2, Jets are up. They're going to take Zach Wilson from BYU. He's the second best quarterback in my opinion. The Jets just need everything, and Zach Wilson's the second most valuable player in this draft in my opinion. So take him here at number 2. At number 3, the 49ers are up, and they traded up here to get a quarterback, and that quarterback is Justin Fields. I do think they're going to take him over Trey Lance. Sit him maybe a year behind Jimmy G. If Jimmy G keeps sucking, put in Fields, see how he does. But I think they have to take a quarterback here, and I think it'll be Fields. At 4, the Falcons are up, and they could easily go quarterback here too, or trade down. I think that's more likely that they will trade down, but since we're not doing trades, I'm going to have them taking Kyle Pitts. I know it's a tight end early, but I don't really care. Kyle Pitts is an amazing talent. I've been on his hype train for a while now, but like I said, I would probably trade down if I were the Falcons here with the team that wanted a quarterback. At number 5, Bengals are up, and I have them taking Penei Sewell here. Protect Burrow. You know, last year Burrow got injured. You got to protect your first-round talent. You got to protect, like, your best player on offense probably. The potential is sky high on Sewell. I'm not sure if he's the best right away, but he definitely could be down the road. Not picking Ja'Marr Chase would be a tough decision, but I think you have to protect Joe Burrow here. At 6, the Dolphins pick up Ja'Marr Chase now. Tua needs some more targets. The trade down for them was perfect because I think they still would have taken Ja'Marr Chase at 3, and now they get him at 6, and they get more value. You don't have to pay him as much as well. It's close between Waddle and Ja'Marr Chase for me, but I think the Dolphins will take Chase here. At 7, the Lions will take Jalen Waddle now. Best player available in my opinion. I love Jalen Waddle. That's why he's borderline wide receiver 1 for me. But the Lions would probably trade down in this spot. They just need more picks, more guys to take. Their team is a little rough right now, but they do get a Kenny Golladay replacement here in Jalen Waddle. At 8, I have the Panthers taking Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. Now, they probably would have got a quarterback here before the Sam Darnold trade, but since they traded for Darnold, I highly doubt they'll take a quarterback here. Slater's the second best offensive lineman in my opinion. And Sewell's been already taken, so best alignment available. Start at tackle or guard, pretty flexible. And they did just tag Tyler Moton, but it's for 1 year, and if next year he decides to leave, then they got to back up with Rashawn Slater there. At number 9, the Broncos are going to take a quarterback here, Trey Lance from North Dakota State. I think he could fight Drew Lock for the starting job right away. He's great potential, and they don't really need cornerback anymore since they addressed that in free agency, so Trey Lance here. At number 10, the Cowboys are up, and I have them taking J.C. Horn from South Carolina. Now, most people think Surtain's the best corner in this draft, but my mind's been changed, and I think it's J.C. Horn now. A lot of pro players have been talking this dude up, and I really think that speaks to him. The Cowboys lost Adobe Awuzie, and they lost Byron Jones a year before, and so I think right here they fill that hole with J.C. Horn. At 11, I have the Giants taking Kwity Paye here. Might be a little bit of a reach, but I really think they want an edge player here. They could go Patrick Surtain easily right here, but I think they need edge more. Defense wins championships, and I think they take Kwity Paye here, the best all-around edge prospect in the draft, in my opinion. And at number 12, the Eagles will take Patrick Surtain now. He's fallen far enough. He's the best cornerback in the draft to some people, but the Eagles only have Darius Slay, really. Not much else, and so I think they need cornerback bad here. Surtain could probably be cornerback 2 or 3 right away. And at number 3, Chargers are up. I have them taking Christian Darrisaw. They could go edge right here, but I have the best one being off the board with Kwity Paye being taken by the Giants. So I think they need offensive line more, protect Justin Herbert, just like the Bengals are doing it with Joe Burrow, and get an edge rusher later on in the draft. Now at 13, I have the Vikings taking Elijah Vera Tucker. I think he could start right away at guard for them. The Vikings love running the ball with Dalvin Cook, and I think AVT works and helps them a lot right here. They could get Devontae Smith here to help out with that already great wide receiving core, but I think they like running the ball more, and AVT right here helps them the most. At number 15, the Patriots are going to take Mac Jones here. Now, I don't think Mac Jones is going to fall this far in a real draft, but since there's no trades, I have them getting Mac Jones here. In real life, if they want him, they're probably going to have to trade up for him. But like I said, no trades here, so he falls to 15. Be a perfect fit for the Patriots. At 16, the Cardinals are up, and they need cornerback really, really bad, so I have them taking Greg Newsome from Northwestern. They could go Caleb Farley here, but I think he's just too big of a risk. They need a guy right now that can play, and Greg Newsome can do that. Greg Newsome's a great corner. I think he fits right here with the Cardinals. At 17, the Raiders are up. I think they're going to take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I've been mocking them taking JOK for a while now. He just fits what they want. They need a safety and a linebacker pretty badly, and JOK can play both. Later in the draft, address either linebacker or safety, and then have JOK play whatever position they don't take later. I think it's just a really good move for them. At 18, the Dolphins are up, and I have them taking Micah Parsons from Penn State. He's not going to fall any farther than this. He is a little bit risky for them, but the Dolphins could really afford a miss pick here with Micah Parsons because their team is really solid as it is, and they have a ton of picks here in the draft. So they already got Jamar Chase, and their biggest need after wide receiver is linebacker, in my opinion, and so they get the best or maybe second best linebacker in the draft here. At 19, Washington football team's up, and I have them taking Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State. He is growing on me as a prospect. Tevin Jenkins is. They need tackle, and I think he could start right away. He's a solid pick here at 19, I think, and maybe get some more depth picks as the draft goes on. At 20, the Bears are up, and they're finally going to take Devontae Smith from Alabama here. I'm not as high on him as other guys. That's why I have him falling here. But Bears need a wide receiver, especially if Allen Robinson leaves after this year. They need a guy that can separate. And I think Devontae Smith is the best available wide receiver here, so I'll have him going to the Bears at 20. At 21, the Colts are up, and I think they're going to take another wide receiver right after the Bears did, Rashad Bateman from Minnesota. They need a T.Y. Hilton replacement for when he leaves next year probably, or if he retires this year, I don't know. He's just not as good as he used to be. I think Bateman's better than him already, and I love T.Y. T.Y. is great, but right now he's on the decline. They need a new guy in there. And I think Bateman could do better than him. And it's a great big new weapon for Carson Wentz on the Colts. At 22, the Titans are up. And we're going to start a wide receiver streak here in Kadarius Toney from Florida. Great weapon for Tannehill here. Can start right away at the slot or wide receiver 2 maybe. They did lose Adam Humphries in free agency, so they replaced him here with Kadarius Toney. I think an upgrade in my opinion. At 23, the Jets are up. I have them taking Terrace Marshall from LSU, another wide receiver, 4 wide receivers in a row here. Probably a little abnormal, but the receivers are really great in this class. The Jets need big, reliable targets for Zach Wilson here, and I think that Terrace Marshall can be that guy. They're going to need a lot more other players later. Just need to keep picking solid prospects. So, yeah. Now at 24, the Steelers are up. And they need to tackle really, really badly. I think the best one available right here is Sam Cosmi from Texas. They need another tackle after him, honestly. Right now, their starters are Rashad Coward and Chakua Okofora. If I can't say your name, you're probably not that good as a starter in the NFL. You need some more tackles here. Sam Cosmi is a start for the Steelers. At 25, the Jags are up. They're going to take another tackle, Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame. I think he's the next best tackle after Cosmi here. I think he's going to be the next great lineman from Notre Dame. Got to protect Trevor Lawrence like the Bengals and Chargers are doing now. The Jags are just a year ahead of them. And we'll get defense later on in the draft. At 26, the Browns are up, and I think their biggest need is defensive line, and so I think they'll take the best one here in Christian Barmore from Alabama. Now, they need D-line badly. Not so much edge anymore since they just picked up Jadeveon Clowney. They could still go edge depth later on in case Clowney sucks, but I think they take Barmore here. At 27, the Ravens are up. And I think they're going to take Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. Happy the Browns didn't take him here if you're the Ravens. They need wide receiver, but a lot of them are gone with that streak of 4 earlier. But Azeez is the second best edge rusher in my opinion, and so I think they pick him up here at 27. At 28, the Saints are up. I think they're going to take a chance on Caleb Farley. About where he could go here in the second, first, late first, early second, I think. They're going to take a chance, maybe end up with 2 stud cornerbacks with him and Marshawn Lattimore. But yeah, I think they're just going to take the chance. 29, the Packers are up, and I think there's no more memes. They're going to take a wide receiver, Rondale Moore from Purdue. I think he fits with the Packers' needs. I think he could be like a Randall Cobb for them. They've been missing a guy like that, playmaker, slot guy. I think Rondale Moore will fit really well, and hopefully Aaron Rodgers will be thankful for the organization for finally taking a wide receiver. At 30, the Bills are up. I'm going to have him taking Eric Stokes from Georgia. He could become the starter after Tre'Davious White eventually moves on, maybe. He is getting up there in age. He's the second corner for them, I would think. Be a great second corner in my opinion. I don't know if he'll be a number 1 corner caliber player ever, but if he gets coaching, he can. I think later on we'll get an edge for the Bills later. At 31, the Ravens traded up with the Chiefs, gave them Orlando Brown, and now they're picking at 31. I think they could use a tackle here maybe, but I have them going a different direction and Trayvon Moehrig. They could use these 2 first-rounders they have to move up if they wanted to get somebody else maybe. But again, no trades here. They need a safety, and Moehrig's the best safety in the draft, so there you go. At 32, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up, and I have them taking my number 1 defensive tackle on Davion Nixon from Iowa. He's a Ndamukong Suh replacement in my opinion when Suh leaves. He can rotate in as of right now, like for the upcoming season. And I think the Bucs take 2 Iowa first-round picks here with Wirfs last year and Nixon this year. Wirfs worked out, so Nixon will too, maybe. Now into the second round, we're absolutely flying through this. Sorry, I know I can't really get into much depth of the player. I'm just kind of going at it really fast just to get through this because it's going to be a really long video. And I want to get this out before the draft actually happens on Thursday. But at 33, Jaguars are up, and I have him taking Javon Holland from Oregon here. He's more of a free safety in my opinion, and so I think the Jaguars can move Gerard Wilson to strong safety, start Javon Holland at free safety, and take a tight end maybe later on in the second. They have an upcoming pick. So, yeah. At 34, I have the Jets taking Asante Samuel.
Today, Junior?
They need cornerback really badly. And right now they have Bryce Hall and Bless Austin starting. You're not going to win games with those 2 starting. Need more corner after Asante Samuel here, but it's a start with Samuel. At 35, the Falcons are going to take Travis Etienne from Clemson. He's not necessarily my running back number 1, but I think he's a better fit for the Falcons and what they want to do. They need running back badly. They did not have good running back play last year, and they let a few of them go. And so I think they could trade up and maybe get Etienne in the first round. But since he fell, I have him taking him here. And at 36, the Dolphins are going to pick another running back, Najee Harris, my number 1 running back. He's familiar with Tua. That works really well there. They need to do it all back, and I think Najee can do it for them. I love Najee Harris, one of my draft crushes. I have the Dolphins taking him here. At 37, the Eagles are up, and they need more weapons for Jalen Hurts. And I think they're going to take Elijah Moore from Ole Miss here. Best wide receiver left on the board. They need a lot of more weapons. It was apparent last year that they didn't have enough and guys were getting injured. But they fixed that a little bit here with Elijah Moore. At 38, the Bengals are up. I have them taking Landon Dickerson. Just more protection for Joe Burrow. They had Sewell in the first. Now they take an interior lineman and Landon Dickerson here. I think he has a first-round talent on him. We're going to have him taking more protection here. At 39, Panthers are up, and I have him taking Kelvin Joseph, a cornerback from Kentucky. They did bring in A.J. Bouye, but he's going to be suspended at the beginning of the season, so they need cornerback badly. He's the best available cornerback in my opinion. I don't really think they're reaching on him here. I think this is the spot where he could go, maybe late first, early second. Number 40, the Broncos are up, and I have him taking Zaven Collins. I'm not super high on Zaven Collins, but they need linebacker. I think they got their quarterback of the offense with Trey Lance. Now they get their quarterback of the defense in Zaven Collins here. At 41, the Lions are up. I have him taking Jalen Mayfield, tackle from Michigan. He's a borderline first-round prospect in my opinion. people are sleeping on him for right now, and I don't really know why. He's a solid tackle, and they need a lot of protection there for Goofball. So I think they're going to take Jalen Mayfield here. At 42, the Giants are up. I have them taking Jamin Davis, linebacker from Kentucky. Now, I think Jermaine Davis could be in the first round just because of his ultra athleticism. And he's super fast, and I think teams are going to fall in love with that. The Giants haven't had a great linebacker in forever, but I'm not really sure if Davis will fall this far in real life. But since he did, well, the Giants take him right here. At 43, the 49ers are up. I have him taking Joseph Ossai from Texas. He really fits a 3-4 defense, what the 49ers are doing. He can play the opposite side as Nick Bosa. And I think they'll go get a guard later on to protect Fields. So at 44, Dallas Cowboys are back up. And I think they're going to take Alex Leatherwood from Alabama here. They need offensive line depth. Last year they were all injured, which was just a travesty. But he can play either guard or tackle, which is great depth there for whenever who gets injured for the Cowboys, because someone always does. But he's overhyped a bit in my opinion, but here in the second round, it's a good spot for him. I like the pick. At 45, the Jags are back up, and they're going to take Pat Freiermuth from Penn State here. They're waiting on a tight end worked from the previous pick at 33. They snag him right here. Happy the Cowboys didn't take him because the Cowboys do need one. But they get Lawrence a new weapon here with Pat Freiermuth. At 46, the Patriots are up, and I have them taking Baron Browning. Could go offense, but the Patriots love defense, and so I think they'll go get their middle linebacker here and Baron Browning. He could start right away as well. At 47, the Chargers are up. I have them taking Jalen Phillips. I'm not super high on him. I think he's a little risky with this head concussion situation, but I think the Chargers will take a risk here, play him opposite of Joey Bosa, and if it works out, this is a steal right here. At 48, the Raiders are up. I have them taking Levi Unzuriki. I think I said his name right. Anyway, they need defensive really badly. I'm going to have them taking a lot of defensive players in this mock, but they need defensive tackle the most. They got JOK already, so they're off to a good start with the defense. Just need some more guys. At 49, Cardinals are up. I have them taking Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. I think they'll play him right away at right guard. He does have center flexibility, but they don't need a center right now. They brought in a really good one. He's a great fit, I think, for them. The Cardinals will start to build a solid offensive line with him at right guard. At 50, the Dolphins are up, and I have them taking Gregory Rousseau from Miami. And they need edge bad. He's from Miami. He's the best available edge in my opinion. Super high upside on him, but him and Parsons could be killer for their defense. Dolphins are up to a really good start in my opinion. Now, Washington football team's up at 51, and I have him taking Jabril Cox from LSU. He's a little older than the other linebacker prospects. Maybe that's why he falls here, but the Washington football team needs linebacker, and they could start right away here with Jabril Cox. So at 52, Bears are up, and I have them taking Kellen Mond, another quarterback for them. Start a little bit of a quarterback controversy. But Kellen Mond has great upside. Andy Dalton's got to watch out for this guy if he is in fact the starter. But he already has Devontae Smith to throw to, so he's off to a good start there in Chicago if he does become the starter eventually, maybe. I don't know. At 53, the Titans are going to take Ifeatu Melifonwu. I think I said his name right. He's the brother of Obi, who was drafted in the first round a few years back. But I think this one's better than Obi. He's a big corner. I think the Titans really like a guy like him. Perfect fit. They lost Desmond King, so I think they replace him here because they need cornerback really badly in Ifeatu Melifonwu. At 54, the Colts are up, and I have them taking Aaron Robinson. Now, I don't see Aaron Robinson falling this far, but he did in this draft, so I have the Colts here snagging him. Colts need cornerback pretty badly. They need O-line as well, but I think they address that later on. But they got a great value here in Aaron Robinson if he does fall this far. 55, Steelers are up, and I have them taking Wyatt Davis. They could look at running back here, but they have more pressing needs in my opinion. They need O-line bad. They need another tackle as well. Maybe address that later on. They got Cosme already, but still need some more help. 56, the Seahawks are up. I have them taking Joe Tryon here. This is their first pick in the draft, so got to make it count. I think Joe Tryon's a great fit from Washington, staying in state for the Seahawks. But I think he's a good value at a position of need. So Joe Tryon has some really good upside, and I think he could start right away for the Seahawks. So good pick, Seahawks. 57, the Rams are up. Their first pick of the draft as well. I think they go Dylan Radunz from North Dakota State. Protect Matt Stafford, who you just got. I think he'll start right away at tackle. Just a solid pick for the Rams. And now at 58, the Chiefs drop their first pick as well of the draft. And I think they're going to take Nick Bolton from Missouri. I think the fall for Nick Bolton stops here. I'm not super high on Nick Bolton, but I think he fits what the Chiefs want. And he'll stay in state too as well, being from Missouri. At 59, the Browns are up. I have them taking Jayson Oweh from Penn State. I'm not very high on Jayson Oweh, but here in the second round, I think it's good value for him. I think he's a very raw prospect and he's going to need some coaching, but I think it's just depth in case Clowney sucks. They could always cut him. I think they signed him to a one-year deal, but Jayson Oweh could learn the good from Myles Garrett and hopefully become a great player for the Browns in the future. At 60, the Saints are up. I think they're going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown from USC. They lack a deep threat, in my opinion, to take pressure off Michael Thomas, and I think it'll help whatever quarterback eventually starts for the Saints. So Amon-Ra St. Brown here to the Saints. At 61, the Bills are up. I'm going to have them taking Javonte Williams from North Carolina. They don't necessarily need a running back, but I don't really see a lot of needs that the Bills have. So I think a running back right here will work. Just running back depth at the least. Singletary is always hurt, so they need another guy in there. And I think Javonte Williams is the best running back available. So at 62, the Packers are up. I have them taking Tyson Campbell from Georgia. He's a big cornerback. Packers love big cornerbacks. They didn't get Kelvin Joseph earlier, and so the next best guy is, in fact, Tyson Campbell. So I think they like him here. We know Kevin King sucks, so they need cornerback very badly. You could tell in the playoffs last year. So at 63, Chiefs are up. I have them taking Dwayne Eskridge. Now, this a ton of speed for the Chiefs would be just unfair. Patty Mahomes would have a field day. He's a Sammy Watkins replacement, in my opinion, Dwayne Eskridge is. But it would just be super unfair if they did pick this guy up because he's almost as fast as Tyreek Hill, if not as fast as him. It's just ridiculous how their team would be. But, yeah. At 64, the Bucks are up again. I have them taking Carlos Basham. Now, I think he is a very good comp to Jason Pierre-Paul. I think he could replace JPP when he leaves next year or whenever he does, retires, whatever his next step is. But I think he's a great pass rusher just like Jason Pierre-Paul, and if not, he could just rotate in, come in on pass rushing plays, and be a really good edge piece for the Bucks. Into the third round, we're just absolutely trucking through this right now, but at 65, the Jags are up, and I have them taking Elijah Molden from Washington. Washington's been producing a lot of good cornerbacks in the NFL, and I think Molden could be the next best one. They got Javon Holland already, the Jaguars did, and I think Molden could start at cornerback right away for them, and if he does, I think the Jaguars drafted 5 starters already, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. At 66, the Jets are up. I have them taking Michael Carter from North Carolina. They need running back pretty badly in my opinion. They brought in Tevin Coleman, but he always ends up being injured. I think he could be a stud if he runs to the left side behind Mekhi Becton. They just need a bell cow guy. At 67, the Texans are up. The first pick of the draft. I have them taking Tommy Togiai. Ross Blacklock is not looking so good right now. I think they need some more defensive tackle help. Maybe put him at end. I don't know. But Tommy Togiai is a pretty good value here. They could probably trade back, the Texans should, to accumulate more picks since they don't have a lot. At 68, the Falcons are up. I have them taking Ronnie Perkins. He's a great value at the position of need. He's fallen to the third round. I think he'll probably go in the second in real life. But I think Ronnie Perkins right here is a good, solid pick for them. And at 69...
Nice.
The Bengals are up, and I have them taking Brevin Jordan. Now, Brevin Jordan, I think, could be a stud in the NFL. I love this dude. I think he's borderline tight end too, in my opinion, but I don't think teams will value him at that. He was in my steals video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It should be popping up right now. But he could be a great weapon for Joey B. Already got a tackle and guard with Landon Dickerson and Penei Sewell, so now they're just adding to that offense for Joey B. At 70, the Eagles are up, and I have them taking a tight end as well, Tommy Tremble. A little bit of a tight end streak here with 2 in a row, but Zach Ertz is washed. I think they're retooling their weapons in Philadelphia, helping out Jalen Hurts because they got Elijah Moore already, so 2 new targets for him. Looking good. At 71, the Broncos are up. I have them taking Brady Christensen from BYU. He could play left or right tackle, in my opinion. Protect Trey Lance that they just drafted. He's very athletic, and he's a solid tackle at BYU, so great fit here at the Broncos. At 72, the Lions are up, and I have them taking my guy, Davis Mills from Stanford. I'd love this if it happened in real life. I think he could learn the good stuff from Jared Goofball. He was in my steals video as well as Brevin Jordan. If they do cut Jared Goff, maybe Davis Mills could step up. Who knows? At 73, Panthers are up. I have them taking a middle linebacker here in Pete Werner. They could start Pete Werner right away at middle linebacker. The only middle linebacker they have on roster right now is Shaq Thompson, so they need depth at the least, if not a starter in Pete Werner, so I think it's a really solid pick here. At 74, Washington football team's back up. I have them taking Hunter Long, another tight end here in the 3rd round. They need a tight end depth really badly. They have Logan Thomas and then really nothing else after that. He won't start right away because Logan Thomas did break out last year, but tight end depth nonetheless, they need it, so Hunter Long here. At 75, the Cowboys are up. I think they're going to be a little mad that all these tight ends just went before their pick in the 3rd, but I have them taking Quinn Marias from Wisconsin Whitewater. Now, they took Leatherwood already for guard and tackle depth. Now they're going to take a center here to compete with Biadasz. They also played in Wisconsin as well, Biadasz being at University of Wisconsin, Quinn Marias being at Wisconsin Whitewater, so that's a little bit of a rivalry there for those two. At 76, the Giants are up. I have them taking Paulson Adebo. They signed Adoree Jackson in free agency, and they have James Bradbury already, but they need a 3rd guy, and I think Paulson Adebo could be that for them. They took 3 picks in the defense already. I think they just need to keep building it up. Solid draft for the Giants already. At 77, the Chargers are up, and I have them taking Josh Myers from Ohio State. They got Darisaw already for left tackle. Now Myers could be either the left guard or the right guard. Their starters right now are Matt Fillier and Ode Obushi. Not the best, so I think Josh Myers could come in and start right away. Good, solid starter in the 3rd round. At the 78 spot, Vikings are up, and I have them taking Jackson Carman. They got AVT already. They're in a very similar spot as the Chargers, needing a tackle and a guard here, and also edge. It's kind of weird how they're almost the exact same, but I have them taking Carman because he could play left tackle, AVT left guard. 2 solid offensive line starters on that left side for the Vikings. Solid picks all around here. At 79, the Raiders are up. I have them taking Richie Grant from UCF. Now, people are sleeping on Richie Grant, in my opinion. This dude is not a day 3 pick. Richie Grant, I really like him. I think the Raiders will just play JOK at linebacker and then Richie Grant at safety. But like I said, stop sleeping on Richie Grant. He's good. Number 8, the Raiders are back up again. I have them taking Trey Smith. I think he's great depth for when Richie Incognito finally retires or ends up leaving, whatever. He's getting really old, but I think it's just great depth here. At 81, Dolphins are up. I have him taking Jamar Johnson from Indiana. He's just a depth pick here at safety. Best player available situation. Already good roster the Dolphins have, and I think all the picks they've made are going to do well, so just more depth is what they need at this point. At 82, Washington football team's up. I have them taking Divine Diablo. Really good safety depth. Maybe beat out Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl did do really well last year, but 2 solid depth picks here in the 3rd round at tight end and at safety, which they need really badly. At 83, Bears are up, and I have them taking Spencer Brown from UNI. He could fight for the starting spot maybe. If not, come in as like the tight end on running downs because Spencer Brown is a huge dude. So I think the Bears could really use him right here. At 84, the Eagles are up. I have him taking Chad Surratt. His brother Sage Surratt, who will be drafted later on in this mock. But the Eagles are weak at linebacker right now. They have Sean Bradley, Alex Singleton, and Eric Wilson. So not the best name value there. At 85, the Titans are up, and I have him taking one of my steals again, Walker Little. Walker Little was like a 1st-round talent like last year or whatever. He just hasn't played a lot, but he has huge upside. He's in my steals video, like I said. I think he could start right away at right tackle for the Titans. At 86, the Jets are up, and I have him taking Quincy Roche. They need edge really badly. He's the best available edge, in my opinion. I think he'll start right away for the Jets just because he's a polished pass rusher. And I think he could just keep getting better with more experience. So that's what the Jets need here. At 87, the Steelers are up. I have him taking Chuba Hubbard here from Oklahoma State. I think he's the best running back available right now. And I think that since they lost James Conner, they're going to need a new guy. And I think he could be a bell cow, which they want, just like they used to have in Le'Veon Bell. But at 88, Rams are up. I have them taking Cameron McGrone. They don't have a lot of picks in this draft, so they really need to make them count. And I think it will count here with Cameron McGrone. I think he could start over Kenny Young or Micah Kaiser right away. So 2 starters the Rams have gotten already. Off to a pretty solid start considering they don't have a 1st-round pick. At 89, Browns are back up. And I have them taking a little bit of a risky player, in my opinion, and Tutu Atwell from Louisville. Now, they need a 3rd playmaker after OBJ and Jarvis Landry. and I think Tutu could be that guy. He's a little sus right now, being as light as he is. He weighed in his pro day, just was super underweight, and he's already a short guy to begin with, like smaller than Devontae Smith. I think if he didn't do that, if he didn't weigh in that light, he would be taken earlier because he is super fast. I think making him fall this far would be pretty realistic. At 90, the Vikings drop, and I'm going to have him take Jordan Smith. He's a very raw prospect. He kind of has Yannick Ngakoue vibes to me. He could be a great fit with the coaching there. Mike Zimmer, defensive coach, coached this dude up. I think he could be pretty well for them. At 91, the Browns are up right again after the Vikings, a one-pick gap. They're going to take Shaun Wade here. Just more cornerback depth for them. He's probably not going to start right away, but he could be great in a few years. I like Shaun Wade quite a bit. At 92, the Packers are up, and I have them taking the boy Stone from Florida. They only have 2 tackles on the roster right now, and he could beat out Billy Turner for the tackle spot maybe. If not, he's just great depth behind David Bakhtiari and Billy Turner. So solid pick here for the Packers in a position that they need depth in. At 93, the Bills are going to take Nico Collins here. A really big weapon for Josh Allen. A really good deep threat type guy. Huge target. I think he could be the wide receiver 4 right away for the Bills. At 94, the Ravens are up. I have him taking Tylan Wallace from Oklahoma State. I think this is a perfect fit for the Ravens right here. I think this is what Dez Bryant was supposed to be for them. Just a really go-to guy for them. Solid, like just slants, drags, just dump downs. He could do almost everything for them. Just a really good target for Lamar Jackson. I think this pick is like great in my opinion. I mean, I made it, but anyway. At 95, the Buccaneers are up, and I have him taking Trey Sermon here from Ohio State. At the very least, he's a Fournette replacement. He could be a bell cow for them. It is yet to be seen, but I think he could be a great pick for the Bucs if they can develop him into being a bell cow running back. I think the Bucs want to run the ball here as Tom Brady gets older, so great pick for them. At 96, the Patriots are up, and I have them taking Sage Surratt here. I teased it earlier, but Sage Surratt will go in this mock draft. But the Patriots need a target for Mac Jones here. They need a guy that can do it all, which Sage Surratt can do. They really don't have much receivers because Edelman left and N'Keal Harry is kind of iffy. So I think this would be a great fit with Sage Surratt here to the Patriots. At 97, the Chargers are up. I have another wide receiver going here, and Ihmir Smith-Marsette from Iowa. They need a fast playmaker, and that's exactly what Ihmir Smith-Marsette is. Keenan's their go-to guy. Mike Williams is the deep threat, big target, and now Ihmir Smith-Marsette can do the screen guys, the check downs, the drags, all that type of stuff, and he can take them for touchdowns. He could be either kick returner right away as well. I think he'll be the wide receiver 3 right away over Guyton. At 98, the Saints are up, and I have him taking Dylan Moses. I think this is a great value pick. I really like Dylan Moses. I think you could start right away at middle linebacker over Andrew Janelle, and that's really what you want in the 3rd round. Just starting caliber guys is just solid picks here for the Saints. At 99, the Cowboys are up, and I have them taking Jay Tufele. Another great value guy. I think he is a 2nd-round talent, and he's a position of need for the Cowboys. I think because Tyrone Crawford just retired, they need another guy in there, and I think Jay Tufele fits. At 100, the Titans are up. I have them taking Tyree Gasipi. He could fight Armani Hooker for the starting position. If not, learn from Kevin Byard. Be a really good depth piece. Maybe start a few years down the road. But I really like Tyree Gasipi as well. At 101, the Lions are up. I have him taking Ben St-Juste. I can't say his last name. I'm sorry, Ben. But he's really good for Minnesota. I think he could step in and be the 3rd cornerback right away behind Okudah and Dunbar. I think at the very least he's great depth. And he's staying pretty close to home, being Minnesota and Michigan. So at 102, the 49ers are up, and I have him taking Ben Cleveland. Can maybe start at right guard over Daniel Brunskill. I think he's a great value at this pick. I really like Ben Cleveland, and so the 49ers scoop him up right here. At 103, the Rams are up, and I have him taking Deontay Brown. They already got Dylan Raynuns, but I think Devontae Brown can fight Corbett for the starting spot. I think he'll win. I think he's pretty underrated. He was really, really solid at Alabama, so I think the Rams get a pretty good steal here. At 104, the Ravens are up, and I have him taking James Hudson. He's kind of a replacement for Orlando Brown. Obviously, not the caliber of Orlando Brown was, but I think it's a good start, replacing tackle spot because they did just trade him away. So I think James Hudson will start for the Ravens right away, so good starter in the 3rd round. And at 105, to end off this mock draft, 3 rounds, 105 picks. It was a lot, we got through it. But I have the Saints taking Hamilcar Rashed Jr. Just rebuild the defense with Caleb Farley, him, and Dylan Moses. I think if they took these 3 guys, they'd be looking really, really good. But I think Hamilcar Rashed Jr. will be just a backup edge rusher, a rotational guy that can come in on pass downs, on third downs, stuff like that. But I really think that could add to a team in the Saints that needs more defensive players like that. So that was it, guys. That was the whole 3 rounds. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. This took a lot of time, a lot of energy. Yeah, just a lot of work in general to do 105 of these players, pick the right teams, right fits, and analyze all of them for you. If you appreciate it, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, if you're as hyped for the NFL draft as I am, let me know. Hit the like button like I said. But I just want to thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Before I go, wanted to show you all the picks in one spot. So here's the first round. Just in case you guys were interested, here's the second. I'm not going to keep them up here for very long, so if you want to see them, you can pause it. And here's the third. So yeah, just thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.